The Day the Earth Blew Up is the latest Looney Tunes movie in theaters, following the adventures of Daffy Duck and Porky Pig as they're trying to save their family home when out of nowhere, aliens from up above have a plan to take over the Earth. And that's all. Putting aside any spoilers to you guys, this will be a spoiler-free review. A Looney Tunes movie is in theaters. Thank you, Lord. I don't know if you know much about me, but right now, if you go to my YouTube channel and you click most popular videos, 5 out of those 10 videos are gonna be Looney Tune videos. I am a big old Looney Tunes fan, and I have been since I was wee little, and it's been crazy the way Looney Tunes lately has been pushed to a corner, told not to speak, and in some cases shut down for tax purposes. Still hoping for the day Coyote vs. Acme comes to the world, please. But in the midst of Warner Brothers' financial ruins, they were able to sell off a 2D animated Looney Tunes movie called The Day the Earth Blew Up. Thanks to Ketchup Entertainment, they bought the rights from Warner Brothers, acquired this movie, and now released it so that we could see it. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I know, even though I love Looney Tunes, it's gonna be a hard sell to get general audiences out to not only watch a Looney Tunes movie, but one that's 2D animated. That's just a rare occasion now for a lot of people. I was born the same year the first 3D animated movie came out with Toy Story, so I kind of got to live through the transition of movies going from 2D animated released in theaters, things like Tarzan, Hercules, Treasure Planet, Iron Giant. Those were the animated movies being released, but once Pixar came along, everybody shifted to a 3D model. I even remember when reading news articles, they had to specify whether it was a 3D animated movie or just an animated movie. Nowadays, that's not a thing. You hear something's becoming an animated film, you automatically think, oh, it's a 3D animated movie. But if there's anything you take away from me, it is me begging you, go see this movie, because it is one delightful, fun, enjoyable time. Clearly, I'm going to have a bit of a bias with my huge love of the Looney Tunes. Don't get me wrong, I understand that. I did give Space Jam: A New Legacy a positive review, but I stand by that because I love the Looney Tunes side of that movie. Or maybe I was just ahead of the game with the quality and humor of that movie. Me when the bros have a sleepover?
Introducing the Goon Squad!
See? Pretty funny now, huh? But I genuinely think The Day the Earth Blew Up is one refreshing, fun time that really brings you back to something we don't get very often. Let me get into the positive of this movie. The 2D animation. I get it. You can do a lot, and we've still only have scratched the surface of stylized looks that we can have in 3D animated movies. But this Looney Tunes movie is a perfect example of why 2D animation reigned supreme for so long. In this one simple movie, you get so much different styles thrown at your face, and there's gags, jokes, and visuals that are pulled off in this movie that would just not come off the same in a 3D animated film. The thing I also always loved when watching Looney Tunes when I was a kid is that every episode was its own little story. There was nothing you really had to follow except the characteristics of the characters themselves. And Porky and Daffy being the main ones of this movie, it was so funny the way the movie opened up, gave you a hint of their origin in this movie. That's when it immediately had me dying, is just seeing them go from babies, being raised by this farmer named Jim, and setting up in the movie why it's important that these characters don't lose their house. The biggest thing I was worried about actually when going into this movie is that because of the 2D animation, or these just even being Looney Tunes themselves, that it just would feel like an outdated medium. That it's like, yeah, old farts like me can reminisce and think back to when we were kids. And yeah, I did get that feeling watching this movie. I felt like I just woke up on a Saturday morning, had my cereal in front of me, and I was just watching those tunes have fun. But the movie was also a great reminder that the tunes can blend and mold themselves into whatever modern situation. There are so many great gags throughout the movie where they touch upon modern day things like influencers, Uber, and that stuff can always be tricky, man. You saw how the internet reacted to Influencer Smurf. Bro's been in hiding ever since. But when I tell you Porky and Daffy had an influencer joke in here, that actually had me laughing. And that's why I love the Looney Tunes, man. They can just fit so perfectly into whatever situation they're handed. While yes, a majority of the humor is very much geared towards kids and will make your grandma laugh because it's little innocent funny stuff, it's that every other fifth joke that was actually very cleverly written, that was maybe aimed at the adult taking the kid there, and that's the stuff that had me going, dude, this is so good. I also found myself pretty invested at the story at hand. Like I said, they set up pretty well why these characters are trying to keep their house and who's taking it away with them. And then you mix it up with this story of an alien coming down and there's an invasion. It all gets tied together nicely. And I will admit, it's nothing like extravagant or really wild out there. It doesn't get very complex. Heck, I would even argue that's maybe one of the faults of the movie, that at times the movie just feels like a glorified TV special. But even with that in mind, the story allowed for us to have so many funny different little situations. I really enjoyed the Porky and Petunia relationship they set up in this movie. Their romantic subplot I thought was adorable. Obviously, you have the running gag of Daffy being the one who messes everything up, and that was also another fearful thing of mine, because yeah, Porky and Daffy are kind of the only Looney Tunes you're gonna get here. Don't be expecting big old appearances from Bugs, Taz, or Wile E. Coyote, or Roadrunner. I only say that because when the movie ended, I looked over at my lady and I was like, that was great, wasn't it? And she's like, how come Bugs Bunny didn't show up? She's never gonna go see another Looney Tunes movie with me again. But Daffy is the kind of character that I really enjoy, I like, but I sometimes only admire him in bursts or small segments. Half of the movie is his, and Daffy is a very loony character, sometimes too loony. But the movie used that as a strength and even had a sweet little arc with Daffy by the end of it. I don't think this will be the kind of movie where you'll tear up in, but there's genuine heart and a real passion thrown into this movie that you could just feel it oozing off the screen. I honestly think we are so lucky that a 2D animated Looney Tunes movie actually got to get released. You have the opportunity to go and watch it. There was a part of me that thought maybe I'd have to really dig deep to find positives or things I liked about the movie and stretch it thin, because what I would get is just a simple, innocent little adventure that maybe a 4 or 5-year-old could enjoy. But no, I had a wonderful time watching this movie. And I think so many people out there will also get that refreshing feel, because it's just nice to go into an animated movie and not have the big selling points be, hey, this A-list celebrity actor's voicing in it. Oh, we got this gimmick going in. Oh, we got never before seen animation. We just got Porky, Daffy, being loony, making you laugh, wholesome, innocent family fun, and dude, it delivered for me. If I really had to get into any negatives, like I said, the story isn't overly complex. It does feel like a glorified TV special. Majority of the jokes are simple and aimed towards kids with some classic slapstick. But again, even with those negatives, it's not so simple and basic that it's not worth checking out. Make time to go see this and show them that Looney Tunes are still beloved. People still care. I do think you'll be genuinely surprised by how much fun you have with it. So when it comes to The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, I'm gonna give Action 3.5 stars. I really did like the 2D animated style. There's a couple of great music montage sequences of the tunes going after these aliens, saving the town, and that was all done nicely. Comedy in the movie, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Like I said, although the majority of the humor, yes, is very innocent, simplistic, slapstick, it's that every other joke that actually was very cleverly written, that touches upon some modern day things, and it doesn't come off in the vibe of like a dad joke. Like, it's actually just funny. Drama in the movie, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Super simple story. I do appreciate a few twists and turns here and there, but it was more the heart of the movie than the story itself that kept me going. Horror in the movie, I'll give 0.5 star to, just for some of the alien stuff that happens in here, but nothing that'll traumatize a kid. Suspense of the movie, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. It is kind of predictable in where it's headed. Casual moviegoers, I'm gonna give this an A+. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a B+, and critically, I'm going to give it a B+. For The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, not only is this a film you should go out and check out in theaters, it's also worth adding to your collection at home.
That's a keeper. Yes.
Again, guys, I know I'm the Looney Tunes fanboy, and I was probably going to love this movie either way, but I do think you will be surprised by how much fun and actually entertaining it is. Get past the shtick of it being 2D or not having Chris Pratt voicing somebody in here. Buy a ticket in theaters, see it for yourself, and I think you're going to have a good old time. Let me know what you thought about Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up. If you went to go see it, your favorite joke in the movie, anything, everything, be sure and like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.